Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So as we get into the middle of the trading week, we're hearing that General Motors and Ford are actually battling it out over a trademark name. And this comes as General Motors and Ford work to develop their self-drive vehicles for the remainder of 2021 and going into 2022. But recently, General Motors filed a trademark infringement case to block Ford from using its name BlueCruise for its soon-to-be released hands-free driving system. So Ford says the name choice was inspired by the company's iconic blue oval logo, but General Motors claims that its currently available hands-free driving feature known as Super Cruise, as well as its self-driving car company Cruise, should stop Ford from calling its upcoming offering Blue Cruise. So General Motors has said it remains committed to vigorously defending their brands and protecting the equity all products and technology have earned over several years in the market, and it won't change that stance neither. But then Ford have come out on the other hand and said they think that General Motors trademark claims are meritless and frivolous, and drivers for decades have understood what cruise control actually is. Every automobile maker offers it, and cruise is commonly shorthand for the capability. So any number of companies using the word cruise in connection with driver assist technology should also be put into this category as well. But it's a bit of a war of words actually. General Motors obviously thinks that Ford have done something wrong. Ford have said that they haven't done anything wrong. So we'll see how this pans out. Probably won't affect the price of the stock too much, but I wanted just to look at Ford and General Motors today because I haven't looked for them for a little bit of time. So, with Ford, we were looking before at the recent peak that we've seen after the post-pandemic levels. And now what I'm seeing currently is the fact that with the assistance of the Ichimoku cloud, we are trading below the cloud. We're seeing some heavy resistance at the lower border of the cloud. As you can see, it's had several attempts to push higher. This was probably a false break. This is on the daily chart, by the way. This was probably a false break because there is a cloud engulfment here, which means it is more difficult to get to pierce the cloud when it's very, very thick. As we get into thinner areas, such as, I'll just pull this back, such as here, the resistance might not be so bad. So what we could expect is another attempt to the upside, roughly around this area in the next few trading sessions. And then we can see if this cloud stays thin, and then we can get a little bit of piercing and see if we can test these recent highs once again. Nothing too much in the way of divergences. You could say there's a slight hidden bullish divergence here, but nothing to really sink our teeth into to give us too much direction at the moment. With the intraday chart, this is a 4-hour chart at the moment, we are seeing a slight descending channel, as you can see here. But as I said before, we are looking for another possible test to the upside, and we can see if we're going to pierce these recent peaks that we've had in the near term at least. So just a few things to look out for there for Ford at least. And General Motors, the last time I looked at General Motors, just put it back for a daily chart, it was in a descending channel, and it doesn't look like it's come out of there at the moment. I did actually last report roughly around this period. I've extended it. We had a little bit of a breakout, but it looks to be nothing too much in the way of just a false break. And now we're trading again under the Ichimoku cloud, which means bias is technically on the downside. So we'll see if we're going to have another test to this lower channel here, and then possibly a bounce to the upper channel for another test at this descending channel once again. So just let's check the 4-hour chart as well. So again, not too much in the way of anything to really sink our teeth into, not really any divergences or signals on the RSI or MACD that I was checking previously, or any momentum indicator as well. I sometimes use the momentum indicator with a host of other indicators just to give me a little bit more of a signal, but in this case, nothing has really come into fruition. This is the false break that we had. As I said, like the daily chart, we are trading vastly under the Ichimoku cloud, so just something to keep an eye out for if we do pierce the cloud, or if the cloud does run even thinner, then there could be another impetus to the upside. But at the moment, it is highly unlikely, and prices are expected to keep pushing lower, I would believe. So just something to keep an eye out for in General Motors. So that's all from the Stock Watch today. Thank you very much for joining me. As usual, any comments or queries, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.